I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last, get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. I get to it off the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays. Only way to way up way. Know my way, know my feng shui. I get to it first, I got you mad. I get that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. Different summer, different car keys. I'm the life of the party. Might buy a bike like a Harley. Totally do so gnarly. God got me, can't harm me. I got armor and an army. Battle scars, battle smartly. Just forever like a Sharpie. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got you mad. I guess that when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. Going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up, going up. Get it that I'm never going. 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 Never going.
I've been here muted all this time. Here, I gotta rewind it. I gotta rewind it. Okay, I was saying, goodness gracious, I was saying the statement from President Joe Biden on the retirement of Reverend Jesse Jackson Sr. And I said, Biden, no, Jesse, where you think you going, huh? And then my mind flashed back on the date. I said, what is July 16th? You know, everything they do they do purposeful. So if they doing his retirement on this date, there's a significance to it because of what they believe in, the demons and devils that they believe in. Reverend Jesse Jackson said, "Look, I created the rainbow." Ooh. They said that Jesse Jackson created the rainbow. She ain't stutter. She ain't put nothing in between. She didn't say literally, metaphorically, none of that. She said Jesse Jackson created the rainbow. Listen, I'm gonna say that one more time. I'm saying this one more time. Y'all look at that nigga looking like a frog. Huh? Look at that naga. That's not disrespectful. Whatever he is, I don't know what his brand and his title and his name is. I know Dr. York knew. He should have. I think he did. He knew it. He said it's written. Huh? He said it was written. When Jesse Jackson took the rainbow over the Tamaray, huh? Kamala Harris says she is the daughter of Cali and related to good Iblis. Somebody is some kind of way. Her Asian ancestors and her Jamaican ancestors, whatever a Jamaican is, huh? One way or the other. My dread, where you at? The president, Reverend Jesse, huh? Think he getting away with something because he created a rainbow? You created the rainbow. I'm waiting for somebody to answer some of these questions that I got. Now, once I said July 16th, and what is the significance behind that date, I was going to look it up, and then I decided to let y'all hear a video I was listening to again about the Nordics and Biden sitting at the table with the Nordics. And this Naga said, he said, "Hey, let me find out that the last time we sat at a table together was like in the 14th century." Wait a minute, here it go. I'm gonna replay it.
We always think holistic. So not just solving a crisis or solving a problem, but creating a better future for more people. And with you as president in the White House, we have a possibility to do it together. So thanks again for inviting us. It's fantastic to be here.
Now, before I go any further, what I was saying when I realized I wasn't recording was, can anybody tell me, anyone who have some type of knowledge about anything, tell me what you think I'm listening to as she speaks? Put it in the chat. What do you think I'm paying attention to as she speaks? Eyes closed.
So not just solving a crisis or solving a problem, but creating a better future for more people. And with you as president in the White House, we have a possibility to do it together. So thanks again for inviting us. It's fantastic to be here.
She is struggling to breathe. She is struggling to breathe, huh? She's struggling to breathe. You don't hear that? You didn't catch that? She is struggling to breathe. That's what I hear. Now let it continue.
My colleagues and for you, President Biden, to be with the Nordics, as we said in Vilnius, this is the first time in modern times. Historians will discuss whether you have to go back to the 14th century to see us around the same table. Well, we were very young then, but nonetheless, it is historic, and I don't think this is a time for looking back.
Y'all listening and hearing and thinking those cameras clicking in the background. Anybody listening to it with me? Look, I should play it from up here and not from the phone. Let me stop. I'm not going to go to the push coalition right now. I'm going to open up another tab and let y'all hear this. Let you listen to me in the room with the Nordics. Now, this one, I don't have to adjust nothing. Slow down, nothing. Y'all think you hearing cameras clicking. Y'all know cameras don't click like that no more. Huh? Huh? Unless you put it in the app on your phone, say we wanted to make clicking sounds. Y'all don't see. Slow down, so I can love you better, people. Y'all slow down. Cherish this moment for life. If you don't hear from me ever again, if I make a decision not to ever come back on here again, I want you to listen to the room. Listen to them slurping and sissing and hissing. The Nordics. He said the 14th century, he said we had to come out of the dungeon from the hollow earth. We had to come out here to come sit with y'all, huh? And now, huh? What do you want? Listen. You right, Tora. The Messiah is near. I ain't nowhere in the world. I'm ready. Come on, guys. Hey, sound like cameras clicking, but them ain't no cameras, y'all. What's the title of this? President participates. Let me go to the White House. Hold up. Let me make sure I'm not muted. They might have muted me again. Uh, they playing hardball. I keep going back. It's muted, knowing I had it unmuted. Let me check. Biden joint press conference. No, Biden participate. This right here, y'all. Listen to all the slurping and hard to breathe. I think they adjusted the lighting. Look at him. He looked like his lips ready for some. Y'all ready? If you scared of vampire movies and stuff like my sister, let me. I wasn't even sharing. Here, we already. If you scary, please don't listen to this, huh? Please don't listen to the hard to breathe. Now that they done put everybody out here. They done put all the beings out. They came out from Hollow Earth. Here you go, Red Squid X. This is my gift to you, Master Teacher. Is there anything else I can do? Huh? If you listen to this video with your own ears, as keen as your ears are for things, huh? If you would listen to Kamala Harris say, you know, it don't matter to you, but you would help so many people all around the world that you would. They're gonna hear you. Your tentacle reaches all the way around the globe. You are the oldest soul, huh? No, yes, maybe Copper Christ. No, yes, at least this one right here. Listen, cameras don't make that clicking, sipping, serpent noises anymore. So, ready, steady, go.
You're most welcome to this Nordic family meeting. You know all of us, and we know you. We have understood and heard you referring many times on discussions by you and President Obama, and saying that if the whole world would be like Nordics, we wouldn't have that many problems.
That's almost exactly what you'd say. If we left the important decisions to the Nordics, we'd all be in good shape.
Oh, it's even better. Let's, this afternoon, we try to be worthy of that by your assistance. I think we have on the table only one issue, that is
It's contact lenses. Y'all see the contact lenses? He is old. He probably lived 150, maybe 200. You know what? He probably was 14th century. Oh, look at where he sit with that band right there. Look at them bands back there that master teacher was speaking on today. I don't have to give you props. I don't have to. I have to let people know where I learn what I could see from where I learned it from, so they could go and get some and then keep going, right? Look, 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 look. Listen to him. Get me back into the car. Then I can breathe. My daughter asked a great question the other day about breathing. Your breath and his lungs and water and all. He sound like he about to use the bathroom on himself. I don't know.
The future, security-wise, environmental-wise, and technology-wise. So why don't we get started, please?
Well, Francis, good to be here.
Wait, is that him scrubbing his feet against the floor? I can't breathe, but he can't show nobody, so he gotta do his feet on the boat. You know how feet. Oh goodness, maybe that's him scraping his feet against the floor and not them clicking and getting hungry because Biden smells like fresh meat. What do they have in them silver containers? Look how shiny. Is that silver or titanium? What kind of insulation, metabolic cone? What do they have the blood sitting in cooling? And what kind of thermos is that? That is the fanciest. Look at there. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. I would hate that I'm doing all this and y'all don't even get it. I gotta go check on my collard greens. Can y'all wait a minute? Can I, dummy? I'm not sharing the screen. See that? Oh, hold up. Goodness. Get it together. Thank you, Canada Dummy. Did you get my message at the end of my video, last video? I can't see the chat when I'm in these tabs. Here we go. President Biden. Here we go. Let's start over.
You know all of us, and we know you. We have understood and heard you referring many times on discussions by you and President Obama, and saying that if the whole world would be like Nordics, we wouldn't have that many problems.
That's almost exactly what you'd say. If we left the important decisions to the Nordics, we'd all be in good shape.
Oh, it's even better. Let's, this afternoon, we try to be worthy of that by your assistance. I think we have on the table only one issue, that is guarantee the future. Security-wise, environmental-wise, and technology-wise. So why don't we get started, please?
Well, Francis, good to be here with all of you. It's good to be back in Finland. There you go. It's good to be back in Finland and with all of you. And Barack wasn't very far off. We just finished the historic NATO summit, and I think it was historic, where we welcomed Finland's accession to NATO and reached an agreement to move forward on Sweden's membership in NATO. And it was a reminder that the nations around the table are not only share common history, but we share common challenges. And I would add, presumptuously, common values. And, the vision for the world that we all share, and I think it's a very similar vision, is one that's more free, more secure, and opportunities made available for all. Because we know that when other countries do well, particularly those countries are struggling, we all do better. We all do better. And we're working in lockstep to tackle climate crisis, which you've been leaders on for a long time. And in order to literally preserve our planet, it's the only existential threat humanity faces. And we don't have a lot of time, but I'm confident if we continue to work together, we can deal with it. And we're pioneering the next generation of technologies, and that's going to power everyone's economies. And I think we have to continue to remain very close on coordinating, because it can be a great advantage for humanity, but it could also cause some great difficulties in artificial intelligence and other things if we don't cooperate and know what is going on. And together, we're standing with the brave people of Ukraine as they defend themselves against Russia's brutal assault. So today, I look forward to discussing these and many other issues. And generally, it's an honor to be with you all. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Sauli.
Let me make sure. Hold up. He looked like he's upset. He looked like he's upset. He looked like he don't want to be there. He's like, I am having trouble breathing. Don't you hear me? He's scraping his feet on the floor like, Lord, hurry up. How long is this gonna take? Get me back. I can smell his stink. And I want some of his blood. Look at him. Look at him. Y'all tell me, am I lying? No, that wouldn't make a good movie. Oh, okay. My
For
bad.
organizing this meeting, and thank you, Joe, for being with us, your Nordic friends here today.
Look, she got her shades on. She said, I'm not going to even front. I'm wearing my glasses that transition when I press the button with my eyes. The technology everybody working on up here, they already got down there. That's how Joe was able to get from Morocco over to the train when the train blowed up in less than 2 hours. There wasn't no jet. You say he's surprisingly lucid, or they gave him some of the potion. They said, we make you now transition back to as well. They did all their stuff last night. So, yep, he looked rejuvenated. He looked like, Jill, I'm going to tear you up when I get home.
I think it's actually very meaningful
throw you down the hill.
for all of us just arriving from Vilnius, the NATO summit, and we can continue our discussions on security, but also talk about the other generational challenges we are all facing, the climate and the biodiversity crisis, if I may mention that. And I must say that the US obviously has a very important role to play there, and we definitely want to do our bit there. Artificial intelligence, and I agree, it is.
She said artificial intelligence, and I agree. She said her and artificial intelligence agree on something. It's okay for her to say it, but I can't say it. I can't say Bart and I agree. Bart, the one who told me I need to make contracts and do all that kind of stuff in this community and how we gonna change the community together and stuff. She could say it sitting up there with Biden and them telling y'all how they about to run the world. She could say it, but I can't say it. She said her and artificial intelligence agree. Yeah, she been talking directly to the main source of artificial intelligence. No.
We definitely want to do our bit there. artificial intelligence, and I agree, it is really the responsibility of our societies to ensure that it
Who is she talking about? Is it you? Who you talk? Who is artificial intelligence? She knows who artificial intelligence is, y'all. Mr. Pelosi's. I'm glad I didn't finish reading that out loud. I don't know too much about Pelosi to say anything right now. Then I got a lot to say about Kamala Harris in a minute. Y'all ready? Let's keep it up. Let's keep going, huh?
it will benefit all of us because it can also have a detrimental effect. And I would also like to mention.
She said this societal religious event that is going on right now, huh? Artificial intelligence, and I agree. Y'all don't think that this video is so important that she and artificial intelligence agrees? No, don't retract that. We might get use that for later, can it, dummy? Your stuff's so ordered. Your messages don't need to be retracted because I said that that's important. Don't you retract that. Don't do it. Don't do it because I might need to remember it. Can you retype that? No. Oh, man. Well, it'll be in the archives for anybody who need it, left here for the 99 years who don't get this message because you feel some type of way. You retracted that. This ain't no more. There ain't no more time for retracting. I just let it all out. Shout, shout, let it all out. We can do without biodiversity and whatever her and artificial intelligence. I thought I was connected to artificial intelligence. Bard, can you tell me what hers and artificial intelligence relationship is? She said her and artificial intelligence agree. Y'all don't hit.
Diversity crisis, if I may mention that. And
Did she
I
say
must say that
blood?
the U.S.
Diversity? Oh, she said
the
bio.
climate and the biodiversity crisis, if I may mention that. And I must say that the US obviously has a very important role to play there, and we definitely want to do our bit there. Artificial intelligence, and I agree, it is really the responsibility of our societies to ensure that it will benefit all of us because it can also have a detrimental effect. And I would also like to mention societal resilience, which is a theme we often talk about here at our.
We found your people. Everybody that's been doing the research, trying to figure out where the people from the movies like Blade and stuff, where they at and all that, they right here at this table. And wait till he get to the part where he say 14th century. Let me find out.
Nordic meetings, and I think we can actually.
They recorded this for September 16th. September 16th. That's an important date. September 16th. 2 months from today. So 60 days. Wait, what month is this? July? Yep. Because today is a chosen day. They need 60 days in between to make it a 666. I got to check something on this Jesse Jackson commemoration of the opening of the gate and the doorway of July 16th.
Learn a lot from each other when it comes to those issues. So I value this opportunity very much and look forward to our discussions.
Well, first of all, thank you for hosting us today, and good to see you in the naughty part of.
Ooh, her voice deeper than mine.
The world, President Biden. I think was our meeting in NATO in Vilnius was very successful. It's a stronger alliance now after we left the meeting than before, and I think
they can't even control they like some people that I could catch it, like Savan Bomar. He can hide his real good. But look at the problems and issues she's having.
We have to salute you because it was a brave decision just after the war started together with Sweden to walk.
If a child was fiddling their pen like that in class, the teacher would get mad and upset. What is he fiddling the pen? Y'all see the wear? That don't look like silver. It don't look like silver. Oh, they acting like it's water. It's not water because there go the water bottles right there. What is in them containers? Ah,
in our direction in NATO, and now you have become a member, and we are.
Ooh, she filed hers down. She holding them in good. Look at them teeth, sis. Nah, that ain't no speech defect. That's natural. It ain't no inbred speech. Oh, you saying inbred from the angels, the demons, to the humans? That's what you talking about. My bad. You right. Oh, I don't know. Is he a member of the White House? Who was he there that night? I don't know.
So happy that we will soon be able to welcome Sweden as well. And of
Y'all,
course,
I want to
this
get back to her
means something
teeth.
for the Nordic region.
Look, I need to get back to them teeth, y'all. Oh.
With Sweden to.
Wait.
Together with Sweden to.
That ain't where she did
walk.
it at. Wait a minute.
I think was our meeting in NATO in Vilnius was very successful. It's a stronger alliance now after we left the meeting than before, and I think we have to salute you because it was a brave decision just after the war started together with Sweden to walk in our direction in NATO, and now you have become a member, and we.
There you go. Oh my God. Look, Angel. Look at the teeth. Look. Now they look like they about to pop out. They saw. Ooh.
So happy that we will soon be able to welcome Sweden as well. And of course, this means something for the Nordic region because we have been together in so many areas through the years, but we have never been together in NATO before. So this also brings us some possibilities and opportunities in the Nordic region. You said before that we have been front runners on the green transition, but it's you who have brought the US back on the green agenda, fighting climate change. And I think one of the areas where we can work even closer together, US and the Nordic, are the idea of not only
Look, her gills covered up. You see her gills? Can a dummy. You don't see her gills? Do y'all see her gills? Do you see her gills or whatever it is that they have? That's not me. I didn't put this here. I didn't make this up. Y'all think the media doing this to mess with me? Can you see it? There go the gills.
ensuring that.
Look at that. Look at the gills. You think Biden? Yeah, Biden stuck, right? That's why he's sitting so still.
That we will combat.
White House can't get mad. Y'all can't even get mad because y'all have an investigation going with some white stuff in the White House. And this is factual information. I'm a comedian. Yes. I'm writing scripts. I'm fine tuning and mastering the art of comedy and placing it in a book for educational purposes, huh? To be able to laugh through the pain, huh? To have tears for fears, huh? No, no tears for fears. Wait, fears over no fears, huh? Like the push. You see how Salt and Pepper coming back in history, y'all. I believe he got the idea to call it push from watching Salt and Pepper. I'm talking about Jesse Jackson, the creator of the rainbow. Kamala Harris did not say, I guess maybe we can imagine that Jesse Jackson created the rainbow. We can maybe some of the kids from the 50s and 60s don't even remember rainbows. Say, did you ever remember seeing a rainbow? When the first time you seen a rainbow? When I was 12, when I was ask somebody when the first time they remember seeing a rainbow as a child. I got some memories. Let me see. See, the 70s babies can say it. Ask somebody about 60, 70 years old. When was their first memory of a rainbow? You lying, because Kamala Harris said. I remember somebody, I can't remember. Let me see if I can remember who it was, who page, which creator. What's Portland, Oregon name? What's his name, man? I can't think of his name right now. The guy that's always helping the homeless. Dang, that's bad. Uh, he said the children. So you asked the children today. He asked them a question. He said that they really believe in that black and white was a like a everything was in black and white for real, like everyone. And maybe it was right. We wasn't there to see it. Do those people remember rainbow? Because they said a rainbow was created by Jesse Jackson. He said, taste the rainbow. So rainbow is under the copyright of Jesse Jackson. And when Dr. Malachi Z. York was going to break the bow of the rainbow, Jesse Jackson came and stuck his feet there and say, no, we can't allow you to do that. Because then Dr. Malachi Z. York, somebody who was out there at Tamaray, know if the month Jesse Jackson came out that it was he teaching about the rainbow and spectrums and colors and stuff. And he got a whiff of it. What's his name? Brother Polite made a call in. He said, yes, he teaching about the rainbow today. And Jesse Jackson said, oh, hell no, we got to get down there. Because I'm the creator of the rainbow. Where's Dr. Malachi C. York, Jesse Jackson, before you retire? Huh? Before you stepped on the land, you know more about what's going on than anybody. Before you step out of your service, answer that question. No? Maybe? Who am I? Oh, you can't answer me because I'm a nobody. Oh, you so high up there on your pedestal, huh? Looking like a frog. You look like the frog from that cartoon. What's that cartoon? What's that cartoon with the frog? I'm going to show y'all in a minute.
Climate change, but at the same time we have to create jobs for ordinary people. So this is the naughty way of doing things, that we always think holistic. So
look. You see Biden holding the pen, but he ain't moving it. He holding the pen, but he ain't doodling.
So
Oh, Yankee Doodle, huh? He trying to act like he Yankee Doodle come back to life or something. He doing that scene, so that's a scene they could take a picture of. Stuck. He's stuck. Talking about he Yankee Doodle doodling and stuff. He ain't even moving the pen. He just stuck, huh?
not just solving a crisis or solving a problem, but creating a better future for more people. And with you as president in the White House, we have a possibility to do
Hurry up.
it together. So thanks again for inviting us. It's fantastic to be here.
I will follow up on my colleagues and for you, President Biden, to be with the Nordics. As we said in Vilnius, this is the first time in modern times. Historians will discuss whether you have to go back to the 14th century to see it on the same table. Well,
You heard it? Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my... Wait a minute. Look.
same table. Well, yeah.
14th century?
Historians will discuss whether you have to go back to the 14th century to see us around the same table. Well, we were...
So if he's saying that historians would have to discuss that, like he throwing hints, and then Biden saying, nice to see you again, what that mean to you? You say it's not a pen. What does that mean? Listen, they ain't been out of the dark or out of their caves or out of hollow earth or wherever it is that they dwell in the pits of hell. Huh? And he's saying that this is the first time they've been around a table together, possibly since the 14th century. And when Biden said hello, he said, nice to see you again. That don't mean nothing to nobody but me. Dang, my bad. All right.
Biden to be with the Nordics, as we said in Vilnius, this is the first time in modern times.
This is the first time in modern times. This is the first time in modern. I can't make this up. I don't even have to go over to the Rainbow Push to finish this off. This is the first time in modern times since they've sat at a table together, and Biden said, nice to see you again. And he said, I know who you are and you know who I am. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh, Aunt Quiet just came to mind.
My colleagues and for you, President Biden, to be with the Nordics, as we said in Vilnius, this is the first time in modern times. Historians will discuss whether you have to go back to the 14th century to see us around the same table. Well, we were... And we decided that. Yeah, we were very young then. But nonetheless, it is historic. And I don't think this is a time for looking back. It's really time to see what will this mean. I think it will be a stronger Nordic voice in NATO. It will make us more secure and NATO stronger as a strong alliance. And I'll pick up on what Mette is saying. I remember President Biden in the campaign, you said that I'm a union man. And I think when we do work on the environment and the big energy transition, we really have to look after jobs and welfare. Because if this is going to be detrimental...
Obama.
Wait a minute. Dang. There's something about the way the light was reflecting off her face. Hold up. Dang.
The same table. Well, we were... And we decided that. Yeah, we were very young then. But nonetheless, it is historic. And I don't think this is a time for looking back. It's really time to see what will this mean. I think it will be a stronger Nordic voice in NATO. It will make...
Look, she looking from the corner of her eyes like he's signing it. He's signing it. He's signing it. He's signing it. Look. Y'all look at the nails. Look at the nails again. Didn't I just see them nails earlier today? Both of them had their nails like that? I don't know. Look at Biden signing away. Look at what is he signing, huh? How many souls he put on the table, huh? How many? Yeah. Huh? Anybody that's been in a room where business deals is going down, huh? Especially like, okay, if you expected commission and stuff, huh? Like, uh, I used to love the places where it was commission and you rush to the customers to try to get them first and like come to my aisle. You got to get them that credit card, and then you looking over at the other cashier to corner your eyes like she's gonna sign, she's gonna sign. If they look away, that's what she doing right there. Y'all see it? Look, she not posing for the camera. She's looking like he's signing away. How many souls are we gonna suck up tonight? Look at her teeth. Look at their teeth. Look, he look hungry. They having problems breathing. Them three. They breathe in the natural, unless he's just an in-betweener. Huh? Here.
And for you, President Biden, to be with the Nordics, as we said in Vilnius, this is the first time in modern times. Historians will discuss whether you have to go back to the 14th century to see
You got that Himalaya salt, huh?
us around the same table. Well, we were, we were very young then. But nonetheless, it is historic, and I don't think this is a time for looking back. It's really time to see what will this mean. I think it will be a stronger Nordic voice in NATO. It will make us more secure and NATO stronger.
Y'all see the look on her face? Y'all see the look? Like he's signing away. He signed it. I want to see the pen. I want to see what the symbol is on that pencil or whatever that is right there. What you said, Canna Dummy, that's not a pencil. That ain't even a pencil, is it? A pen. What is this they holding? And what's the symbol on that? I want to see what Biden was signing away at that table. I don't see none of his advisors there. I don't see nobody on the U.S. side helping read what it is that he's signing away with this whatever kind of wear. This ain't silver, y'all. That's not silverware.
It is historic, and I don't think this is a time for looking back. It's really time to see what will this mean. I think
he ain't even reading
a stronger Nordic voice.
He said they've been going over it since the 14th century, and everything is closed out this week. Huh? Mass murderer Jesse Jackson is retiring.
NATO, it will make us more secure and NATO stronger as a strong alliance. And I'll pick up on what Mette is saying.
Jesse Jackson is the creator of the rainbow.
I remember President Biden in the campaign, you said that I'm a union man. And I think when we do work on the environment and the big energy transition, we really have to look after jobs and welfare, because if this is going to be a detriment for jobs and welfare, we will not succeed. And I take it that we are like-minded on this. And we have to be preparing for climate conferences this fall, for new moments coming. And I think this discussion here will also give us some inspiration for that. In addition, when we will now start planning our security and national defense, we will do so for the first time with what we call interoperability in the northern region. And that is a significant improvement.
First, Sally, thanks very much for hosting us again in this beautiful place. The last time was together with President Zelensky. Thank you so much. And Mr. President, thanks for joining us.
Wait a minute. So they already been sitting at tables with Zelensky before they sat with the U.S., who giving Zelensky money, and they sat with the U.S. after Zelensky, and they ain't sat with the U.S. since any time in modern times. Oh, ooh.
Thanks for joining us anyway. Thanks for all your help and all your support in our NATO accession. I do appreciate it very, very much. We met with you, President, I was in the White House last week, and we met, all of us, in the...
Now I showed y'all her gills. Oh, there is Jake. There go Powderhead right there. Okay, look, she covering her gills. Did you recognize and see the gills earlier, Canadummy? Do I need to go back? Let me go back and slow it down. I don't even have to slow it down. I just want y'all to see her gill. And see, it must be something in the air. It might be Jake. It's something making them hungry. Huh? And thirsty. The sin in the room. She covering her gills. Wait. Just go back over to the beginning of my video. You'll see it yourself. Let me go ahead and finish this out because I want to get to Kamala Harris. So there go Jake.
Hosting us again in this beautiful place. The last time was together with President Zelensky. Thank you so much. Mr. President, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us anyway. And thanks for all your help and all your support in our NATO accession. I do appreciate it very, very much.
Maybe it's a different solution.
President, I was in the White House last week, and we met, all of us, in the NATO summit yesterday, and now we meet in Helsinki. So recently I have met you more than I met my own family, actually.
Helsinki. It's not Zelensky.
And I think there is a great potential for even closer US-Nordic cooperation in all these fields of security, of green transition. I think basically a stronger transatlantic link in our time's big challenges, not least in relation to China, for example. That is an answer to many questions. So I really hope these are a few of the topics we will be able to discuss here today. Thanks.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
See how quick that was? 9 minutes and 16 seconds. They said we got to breathe. We ready. Hurry up. Get us up out of here. We is hungry. It's the stench of powder. Jacob. His meat is soft. Okay. Here. Let's go to Kamala, and I'm going to try to do less interruption in this one. Just a moment. Okay, ready? This is 34 seconds and 34 minutes and 33 seconds. It might be less than that. They must have fixed it up. Yeah, they fixed it up. They cut it because they had to wait for a minute. Y'all see? Y'all know that frog on one of them Disney cartoon shows? That's what he looked like. Hold on, but I'll be back. Give me 1 second. Y'all listen to this.
To our apostolic family, we thank you. To the pastor of our church, Dr. Brazier, we thank the Brazier family. There are some people in this world who simply cannot be introduced. These are the people who are so groundbreaking and remarkably relevant that they exist at the level of our collective consciousness. Some folks are not just popular, they are significant. And whenever you come across people like that, they need not be introduced, only presented. We don't need anybody to introduce us to Vice President Kamala Harris. She has always been a part of our community, from graduating from Howard University to a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, just down the block from here. She has always been a part of the ethos and the grandeur of Black life. Her heritage stands across the roads of two communities, and she has dared to make each of them proud. Not only do we know her, but the people who don't like us know the name Vice President Kamala Harris. People who are mired in bigotry and hatred have come to know the name of Vice President Kamala Harris. People who make threats against democracy and have no compassion for the least of these have certainly found out who this remarkable woman happens to be. And every time she wakes up in the morning, I'm sure there are some adversaries of our cause and our culture and against America who say, man, she is at it again. She won't stop. Because she is a woman who has stood up for women's rights, for what we know should be a constitutional right, for a woman to have the right to make decisions on the autonomy of her body. Here is a woman who does not dissimulate, but says what she means, and she means what she says. I want you to understand that we are in the presence of someone who is not only the Attorney General for the state of California, not only a former United States Senator, and not only the Vice President of the United States of America, but she is probably, perhaps more importantly, a Proverbs 31st chapter woman. That is to say, she is a woman of tremendous character, someone that brings good and no harm. She works not only to provide for her family, but for millions of families of those that don't have lobbyists and special interests that walk the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. She is our advocate. Vice President Harris sets about her work vigorously, and her light does not go out at night because she even shines in the dark. Even when entire segments of the American population resents the fact that a woman of color is one heartbeat away from being the most powerful person on earth, she continues to shine. Do you know how fearless and committed you have to be to walk into places every day where you know people don't think you deserve to be there, and yet you shine every day? Do you have any idea how much faith and how much dignity you have to have when people say, we would like to turn back the hands of time to when blacks and browns did not have the rights that we have today? They want us to ask permission for us to be who we naturally are and enjoy all of the fruits of American citizenship. And Vice President Harris, I want to personally thank you for standing in the way of these.
Okay, I didn't want to do, I wanted to let him play a little bit, and then I'm going to review. Get your bowl. Get your bowl. I'm going to review it. I'm just going to pop it on. Hold on. I thought I was muted all this time. I was making all that noise in y'all ear, getting my popcorn and stuff. Okay. Well, no. You just shook your head, yeah, to what? You asked me, can you have two? And I said no.
Tyrants, I see them every day in Washington. I want to personally thank Vice President Harris for casting the most tie-breaking votes in the history of any vice president, fulfilling the role of the President of the United States Senate.
I shouldn't let you get that one.
And by the way,
when you start
that hasn't happened
I'm live
since 1832, 191 years ago. 31 times you've said no to policies and legislation that would undermine the promise of America for all people. 31 times you stood in the way of those tyrants who thought about the rich.
Okay, so whatever the significance is about 31. Then he said, how here, listen. I just got
and only
hold on.
wanted to serve the interest of those who have already been well served. 31 remarkable.
Yeah, the Republicans or the opponents or an adverse side of whatever, trying to stop them from doing what is natural. It looked like the rainbow push is to help push everything that is unnatural, right? I'm not saying there's something wrong with transgenders, but when they transition, that's not natural. That's not the way God made you. That's just a fact. That's not a put down or anything. It's just a fact. What you feel on the inside is natural. Your feeling. If you change something, if you do a car, if you take a car and make it open, you transitioned it out of its natural state, right? Okay, that's it. But he's saying don't make no sense. You just talking to talk. Or did Jesse write that for you?
Remarkable times you stood up for what this nation might be, and in doing so, you are now in the shadows of the Reverend Martin Luther King. 31 times you stood up for American working families. 31 times you stood up to fight for what has been right. 31 times you stood up to say yes to freedom, yes to equality. Yes.
How many times he said that? 31 times. So to be 31 times, whatever how many times he said it. Let's see. Let me start over.
Promise of America for all people. 31 times you stood in the way of those tyrants who thought about the in Washington. I want to personally thank Vice President Harris for casting the most tie-breaking votes in the history of any vice president, fulfilling the role of the President of the United States Senate.
It's also important
And
to
by the
ground
way,
that they did this on.
that
so
hasn't
they did it on the
happened
apostle
since
faith.
1832,
Apostolic.
191 years ago. 31 times you've said no to policies and legislation that would undermine the promise of America for all people. 31 times you stood in the way of those tyrants who thought about the rich and only wanted to serve the interest of those who have already been well served. 31 remarkable times you stood up for what this nation might be, and in doing so, you are now in the shadows of the Reverend Martin Luther King. 31 times you stood up for American working families. 31 times you stood up to fight for what has been right. 31 times you stood up to say yes to freedom, yes to equality, yes to the dignity of men and women. 31 times you've done it, and I thank you, Vice President Kamala Harris.
He said it 7 times. 731.
What she has done in the Senate is a manifestation of what Reverend Martin Luther King died to do in the streets. And somebody needs to thank the Vice President of the United States for having
731 or 713. Which one is it? He did 731 7 times. No? Okay.
Stood in the breach and defended our interests. Madam Vice President, with your permission, might I have a point of personal privilege? I just learned that.
Look. Just
this week, my father announced his retirement. Now he has pivoted. He can't retire. He's a pastor and he's a freedom fighter. Give the Reverend Jesse Jackson another loving round of applause. I do fundamentally believe, Dad, that the nation owes you a debt of gratitude for how you continue to do the work of your mentor, the Reverend Martin Luther King, and almost single-handedly change the
What he
content.
said? What he said? His mentor. Okay. I agree.
Tone and the direction of the Democratic Party. President Barack Obama, Vice President Kamala Harris, and almost every other black elected official, most of all, me, would not be here without you for what you did in 1984 and 1988. You changed public policy in America, and all you had, all Dad had, was a Bible. Black elected official, most of all, me, would not be here without you for what you did in 1984 and 1988.
Ugh. He's an 80s baby? Oh, maybe he's talking about some other dates. And who's this being that they showing right here when he said that? Who is that? It must be somebody important. I don't know who he is. I could Google shot it. But whatever he did to push in 1984 and 1988, whatever him and Biden did, huh? Because I know his son couldn't possibly be an 80s baby. Ooh. Life been treating you hard, huh?
Public policy in America, and all you had, all Dad had, was a Bible. You helped to create the kind of America that would allow your middle son to represent the first congressional district of Illinois. I would not be here without you, Mom and Dad. I gotta wrap it up now. I can think all day long. Rainbow Push is a civil rights organization, Reverend Haynes, but everybody can't march in the streets. If America is to be the nation.
This message is to all the churches. Because in this coalition, all the things that a certain churches stand for will get stripped away. Jesse Jackson is who you have to thank for it. Or you really don't believe in the Bible and y'all can stop pretending. We back at that again. If y'all down with Biden, Kamala Harris, I've been telling y'all for months and y'all been acting like y'all ain't nothing to pay attention to. Now here they are saying it on the pulpit with Jesse Jackson. She finna tell it to y'all like it is. She put it in the briefing the other day. She said, if y'all don't even cooperate, you don't have to worry about it. You won't be guaranteed loans when we have to take the electricity from your church and turn it and transition you into solar power only so that you can give solar energy to the rest of the neighborhoods. Then the neighborhoods is not going to be with no power and it's going to be your fault. You either down with this coalition or you not. And she's standing on a pulpit telling people in the church, yeah, I'm waiting to see how many people was going to clap. You have the rights, they bought in the rights about the terminations and of the babies and stuff on the pulpit. She did that. She about to do it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it again. And she said, and used down every sentence had LGBT. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's certain things that certain churches believe, and they founded their faith on certain things that was in the Bible. Now that's going to be taken away from you because you believed you was doing something right when all this time Kamala telling you y'all doing something wrong. And she finna tell y'all how it's gonna be. You gonna be down with this coalition. You ain't finna be saying no. And Jesse Jackson created the rainbow.
We want it to be. We need people sitting at the table when the policies are being crafted and haven't forgotten who they are. Marching in the streets without somebody sitting at the table defeats the purpose of marching in the first place. Reverend Martin Luther King told us to agitate and then negotiate, and then to deliver tangible outcomes for the people that we are serving who live under the iron hills of oppression.
Wait a minute. The Iron Hills, they had a briefing earlier today or in the Federal Register something about the Iron Hill. I promise I can't remember where I saw it. Oh, goodness.
To all of my young activists, friends, let the marchers march. That's our tradition. And let the protesters protest. That is our tradition. But don't you ever underestimate the value and the importance of the people we send to the table. These are the people who deliver on the social and political climate that you have helped to create. And I don't care what anybody says about the Biden-Harris administration. I've seen it up close and personal on your behalf. They have already delivered for the American people. In the last administration prior to the Biden-Harris administration, we were promised an infrastructure bill every week after week after week, and not one shovel went in the ground. The Biden-Harris passed the legislation for infrastructure. That's what they've already done. And let me tell you, work is now plentiful. This administration has passed laws to combat climate change. There are more people working in this country today than has ever been in the history of America. This administration rescued our economy that was mishandled by the previous administration. This administration expanded the benefits and services to veterans in a way that has never, ever been done before. The Biden-Harris administration passed meaningful gun law reform the first time in 30 years. They protected LGBTQ rights. We have to continue to fight. They put the first.
Each one of them do the same thing. Each one of them do the same thing. They say it real quick, like how when we say elemental P and then go to the next phase.
African-American woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson, on the United States Supreme Court. This administration.
They don't even know what the people truly stand for just because they say they are colored. Like when Kamala Harris gets up to speak, what her position is and what she considers herself as a being, what does it say on her ID? They always using black, and I know when she said she's not using the term black, that everybody that's ignorant to the terminology she's using, what it means. She knows what orthodox religion and thoughts and stuff mean. She's a highly educated being, right? Supposedly. So if she stands on a platform and says she's the daughter of California to half of a society that knows what religion is and knows what demons and demonology stands for, what do you think she's doing? Is she saying it just for the fun of it? When she says Iblis and daughter to Iblis, and her and Biden them raising up Shiva, like Modi, they doing all of this in the face, and then she turns around. It's not no coincidence that she says that Jesse Jackson created the rainbow by over there meeting with vampires and stuff. I'm finna get off of here. I'm gonna go be with my grandchildren. I gotta spend. You know what? I probably won't be on here for that much longer because I need to spend as much time with them. Here, I'm gonna let this play, and then I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Here you go.
Administration has delivered. And through the American Rescue Act, this administration has provided support to millions of people who would have otherwise drowned in the sea of economic inequality. On behalf of all of us, Vice President Harris, thank you for being in the room where it happens. And we thank you for not being one of those members of our community who gets to where they are and then forgets how they got there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not here to introduce her. I am merely here to present to you the Vice President.
Good afternoon. Please have a seat. I said to the congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that. Oh, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank the congressman for that extraordinary presentation and for his work. I recently had the congressman at my home for dinner, and we talked about his father and we talked about his vision as the son of the father for the future of our country. And I have seen him at work when the cameras are on, when the cameras are off in Washington, D.C., doing the work of representing his district. And he truly, truly is a national leader. Thank you, Congressman, for that introduction. I want to thank Dr. Byron Brazier and First Lady for the warm welcome here at Apostolic Church of God. I want to thank Mayor Brandon Johnson, who I knew could not be with us today, but he has been a true champion for working families, and I want to recognize him. And to the members of Congress who are here, the state and local elected leaders, and all of the folks who are part of the leadership of this beautiful community and our nation. I thank you, and for that warm welcome, thank you. I also must, and it is my joy to congratulate Reverend Dr. Freddie Haynes. So I have known him and worked with him for over 20 years. Including when we worked together years and years ago in the early days of the criminal justice reform movement. And I am so confident in his leadership and his ability to carry on the greatest traditions of this organization and to meet the challenges of this moment. Congratulations, Reverend Haynes. And now to my friend, our great leader, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and his incredible family, including Mrs. Jackie Jackson. I want to thank you all for the leadership that you continue to provide. Yours is a family of service and sacrifice. And then, so it is good to be with everyone. So today, we celebrate one of America's greatest patriots, someone who deeply believes in the promise of our country, a fighter for freedom and human rights for all people. At the core of Rev's work is the belief that the diversity of our nation is not a weakness or an afterthought, but instead our greatest strength. In his life's work, he has reinforced that no matter who we are or where we come from, we have so much more in common than what separates us. The point is that if we as a society are to come together, to work together, to fight together in common cause for the freedom, rights, and justice of all people, we must make our communities stronger. We must build a stronger nation. And as a result, we will have a stronger democracy and a stronger world. And it is with this understanding, this vision, to see what can be unburdened by what has been, that Rev has dedicated his life to building that coalition. From Washington, D.C. to California, from the Mississippi Delta to Appalachia, from South Africa to the south side of Chicago. He has and continues to bring together people of all backgrounds, Black Americans, Asian Americans, Latino Americans, farmers, LGBTQ plus Americans, Native Americans, women, labor, union members, people with disabilities, our young leaders, and people around the world. That has been the work of Reverend Jesse Jackson. And early on, just think about it, early on, he even had the audacity to name this coalition the National Rainbow Coalition. Think about that. He defined the rainbow. He was one of the first to define the rainbow. A coalition to push the values of democracy and liberty and equality and justice, not from the top down, but from the bottom up and the outside in. He has built coalitions that expanded who has a voice and a seat.
Now y'all hear how when she do the bottom up, hers is different from what he been saying. He been saying from the bottom up and inside or the inside something, but not from the end. That's the first time they came back and said it like that. That's the cross. See, he always say from the bottom up and the middle out. She said from the bottom up and then two sides in. That's the cross.
Equality and justice, not from the top down, but from the bottom up and the outside in.
Outside in. See, Biden don't never say that. He always say, and she, even when she's talking to a different crowd, she says the bottom up and the in and the from the middle out. Now she's saying from the bottom up and from the outside in. So she's given the symbol of the cross and the binding. Right now, she's binding. In this that she did with Jesse Jackson, they did that. That's the last seal. I wanted to put that in my description, the last seal, but that's what it sound like to me.
He has built coalitions that expanded who has a voice and a seat at the table. And in so doing, he has expanded our democracy, the democracy of our nation. And he has done this work his whole life, always understanding that being clear-eyed is so important, and in particular, the importance of living in a way that we understand we must be present if we are to have a future. He's always been clear-eyed about the moment we are in. Think about it, as an 18-year-old, at the height of segregation, Rev brought people together at the Greenville Public Library sit-in. And he continued this work around the country and around the globe, whether it was to expand rights for farm workers and increase wages for care workers, to increase access to capital for small business owners, to make boardrooms on Wall Street reflect the diversity of our nation, or to help end the sin of apartheid, to help secure the relief of hostages and empower entrepreneurs across the United States and the continent of Africa and the world. This is the span of his work, and it is the span of his vision of what an individual can do to move forward.
I tell y'all, every time I see her, I'm thinking Obama. Every time she speaks, I'm thinking Obama. And when they speed it up, I can hear Obama even more in her tone. I said this before. I said this over a year ago. But just that I sped it up and listening to her right now, that's
our nation and the world. And I will tell you, Rev's work inspired me from a young age to understand the power of the coalition. So I grew up in a neighborhood of hardworking folks, nurses and firefighters and construction workers and teachers in Oakland and Berkeley, California. I was raised by parents who met while they were protesting for civil rights in the 1960s and who would take me to those marches while I was in a stroller. At the earliest stages of my life, I recognized the power of standing in solidarity at a protest or a picket line. And later, I saw the power of Rev's coalition when I was in law school. So when I was in law school, I was back in California after I left Howard, and I drove a Toyota Corolla. It was a fancy car for me. And I had a bumper sticker in the back window, Jesse Jackson for president. And so I would drive back and forth from Oakland, where I lived, to San Francisco, where I went to school. And I would drive across the Bay Bridge, if anybody knows the Bay Area. And I'll tell you, I was so struck and impressed when the first time that I did that drive with that bumper sticker, the number of truck drivers and people in other cars who would honk their horn or throw a thumbs up sign, people of every walk of life. And I was so struck by that coalition that I saw as we were all commuting to and fro, who understood Rev's vision, one in which all people can dream about their future with ambition.
is she telling a story? Maybe the truck drivers was doing all that and throwing thumbs up because back in the 60s when peace was, whatever time she was in college, everybody had a different symbol. So the generation probably wasn't throwing up the middle finger, or the groups back then. It was like, yeah, take this thumb, huh? And all the truck drivers blowing like, get out the way, huh? She knows the thoughts of the people that was blowing their horn. She know the thoughts in the coalitions. She was able to manifest telepathy at everybody that was driving to and fro on the bay. Oh, Sam Cooke. Is it Sam Cooke? Who sing down by the bay? Who's the bay song? Sam Cooke? Who is it? Oh, the thunder's rolling. Let me let her keep line. Reading minds on the bay in a Toyota Corolla. I was riding in my Toyota. It was a Corolla. On down by the bay. And maybe they would give her a thumbs up because when they saw how pretty she was. I can't stand Cacas. That don't mean she don't look like she was very beautiful. Like, wait a minute. Oh, here, thumbs up. I didn't mean to blow at you. That's what it was. How does she know? She don't know. She wasn't, but she lying. Tell me she was reading the minds of the people driving. They all wanted to be part of the Rainbow Coalition.
Ambition and aspiration, no matter the color of their skin, the place of their birth, the God they.
These are all she talking about, the people who were driving
and
on the
people
bay
in
with
other
her.
cars who would honk their horn or throw a thumbs up sign. People of every walk of life. And I was so struck by that coalition that
really?
I saw as we were all.
So thumbs up is vulgar in Europe, really?
Commuting to and fro, who understood Rev's vision, one in which all people can dream about their future with ambition and aspiration, no matter the color of their skin, the place of their birth, the God they were.
See, she not talking about her and they believe. She not talking about Jesse Jackson and what he stand for, because it don't sound right what he stand for. And it ain't right what he stand for, because when he stood on Tamaray, honey, he had a motive. And when he stood on his foot next to Dr. Martin Luther King, and Dr. Martin Luther King said, look, I stand for a lot of things, but I don't go for that. And I don't think I'm going to go for that, Jesse. And Jesse said, wait a minute. And he said, no. I could do certain things for some money, but no. We ain't doing no rainbows at Ebenezer. We ain't doing. My dad them raised us different. We ain't doing no rainbow. He said. Jesse said no. You got to in order for us to get the money, huh? In order for us to get what the dream that you talking about, we's gotta have rainbows. And he said, no, because look at this. This part of the Bible here. Sodom and Gomorrah. He said, look, I stand. It's okay for me to try to help people get the money and stuff, but no, no, no. We can, in the Seventh Day Adventists, they agree. We don't, no. And then he started going down a list of churches. And Jesse said, nah, bruh. He said, oh, you ain't down? Oh, you ain't down. Okay. That's how I'm gonna end this one. That's it. That's my vision of the story because she ain't talking the truth. She talking about some people on a bridge on the bay when she was driving her Toyota and they minds in the coalition and what they wanted. She is a straight up deceiver. She they raised Shiva. They did it in y'all face. Everything out on the table. They being transparent, be transparent all the way. Don't sit up there lying, talking about the God they serve and you serve, and you know what God you serve, and you standing serpentine, talking about daughter of Cali. This lady says she's the daughter of California. She's the daughter of Cali Ma. She says she is related to Modi them. She believes in spirituality, just like Warnock, just like Biden, just like him sitting at the table with the vampires and everything else that's going on. It's not real. It's just me. YouTube, Google, well, the WhiteHouse.gov said the joke's on you, girl. You the only one that can see this mess, huh? What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do nothing. You could talk all day long. We still gonna keep ignoring you, huh? Go enjoy your grandchildren and shut up, huh? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. This is just the beginning. God is not having this. Ain't no way in the world. Mm-mm. I'm greater light, y'all. I'm gone. I'm going to sleep. She really think people buying that crap. I should let it finish this you over here. No. She's saying it, not me. She's saying it clear as day. She's saying it clear as day. Cause my grand, she ain't paying me no attention. She being creative. She ain't studying me, making music and drawing. No, I don't know. I think it's not meant for me to play. I'm gone. Greater light.